You two could hold a talk. Why don't you three of you hold a talk each, and I'll just put 2 chickens under my arms. Look, no, seriously, guys. Look at that freaking tortoise. How cute he is.
Crush. Oh, he's like 50.
It's your mummy. Might just put it like that so I don't have like bird shit on me.
He
Can
won't
you see it?
sit.
See, look what's happening to me. Welcome back to the channel, and today we've got my lovely daughter Layla with me. She is my firstborn, and we, as much as I love my others, but Layla's popped on the video because we're going to have a little chat about life back at home. Being a mum and obviously running a business, it can be really challenging, and it would be nice for everyone to get to know a little bit about you guys. Thanks, Lay, for being on my little video today.
It's alright.
How you feeling? Nervous?
I'm just, I'm not used to this kind of thing.
She is. No, she's lying. She is used to it because me and Layla had our first little taste of doing videos together. A different type of video. We actually was on BBC Sport.
Joined by one of today's mascots, Layla Priest and Mum Becky. Layla, we saw you walking out right at the beginning with all those players in front of that crowd. What was that like?
I was a little bit nervous, but it was really fun and I was really excited.
And we was on BBC Look East.
Yeah. And the radio.
And the radio, look, she's rolling them off now. We've done a few things together. And that was more because my daughter actually plays football. And back when she was 11, so we're going back a few years now.
7 years.
7 years. She's good at maths. 7 years ago, she basically had first little glimpse of what life was going to be like as a girl playing football. And back then it wasn't accepted as much as it is now, is it?
No. I mean, it all changed after the Euros, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, her sister Evie, who's in the background, say hey Eves.
Hey.
She is obsessed with women's football and she's a massive supporter of her sister. But back then, you was only young, and you had a few boys that were picking on you a little bit at school for playing football. You were the only girl, I think, on the team. Or was Sophia playing with you then?
No, Sophia was playing too, but like, they didn't pick us for games.
Yeah, so it was just
like a
literally you
training
two.
thing, and we had to ask to come as well. It took a while to like decide, didn't they?
Yeah, so we had a little bit of drama with that, and Layla campaigned. So, like mother, like daughter, no one's going to mess with us, because if you don't like something, we will fight until the last breath to make sure that our point comes across. And she did that as an 11-year-old, so I'm super proud of you for that. And that was your first proper taste, I guess, into, I suppose, just like being a bit of a feminist and just really backing women in general, because you are a bit like that, aren't you?
Strongly, yes.
Yeah, she loves history.
Yeah.
History's your big topic, and any time, even when you did your GCSEs, your art GCSE topic
Was about feminism, yeah.
so, and she's very big on bigging up the women out there, but you're also big on the guys that support women in the right way as well. I don't think you're like
you
anti.
don't have to be a woman to be a feminist. Do you know what I mean? So
She knows what she's talking about.
yeah, and, feminism is about hating men. It's about being equal to them.
Yeah, exactly. And you've done a lot of that over the last few years, and I love that. And another thing that you've had to witness is your mum running her own business. So as women in business, it is sometimes a bit tougher than obviously for the guys.
Yeah.
They seem to have, I'm not saying it's like that for everyone, but guys seem to have sometimes better opportunities than us women, and we have to like fight our case a little bit harder. The industry I work in is very female dominated, so I wouldn't say it's been easier, but it's definitely less challenging. It can be very competitive in the hair and beauty industry, and I just want to know, has it put you off for wanting to come into the hair and beauty industry? You can be honest, it's fine.
Well, it was never something I was thinking about anyway.
Yeah,
like,
it's not your thing.
It's not my thing at all. Like speaking to people is my thing. I like to communicate. Like I wouldn't want to go to a job where I'm stuck in an office.
Yeah,
I like to be social.
Yeah.
But
you said if the football didn't work out for you in the future, your plan B is a teacher.
I'd like to teach, yeah. So like that aspect of your job,
when I'm teaching,
kind of links to what I would like to do, but nothing to do with beauty.
Just want to be teaching people how to do a bikini
No,
wax.
it doesn't appeal to me at all.
And is that because I do it?
No.
Is me doing it put it off for you?
No,
or...
not at all.
No?
I just
just not be it.
No.
And that's good. I like the fact that she knows what she wants. Evie, has it put you off? You can be honest. When the cameras stop, I'll just tell them, why did you say no? Why? Like, be honest, do you feel like you could do beauty, or is it just no?
No, it's not something that I'd pick. Like, it isn't like, I don't think, oh, that's what I want to go spend my day at job doing. Like, it wouldn't make, like, I wouldn't be excited to go to work. Yeah, I agree.
That's fine. Everyone's got their thing.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit sad, actually. A little bit sad. I don't want to do. No, it's fine, and I actually want you you girls, and your brother. My youngest.
You never know. Maybe Albert might want to
That,
go to me.
yeah, you never know, and I would support all three
Pass
of you.
the torch to him.
Yeah, like, can you imagine? Albert,
To be fair, though,
dominating the industry.
I reckon I could whack someone or do a lash lift.
Yeah, you probably
With the
would.
amount of times I've heard how to do it on those lives.
Yeah, if anyone actually follows me on TikTok and has been on my lives, Layla is most of the time my model that I do my lives on when we're doing the lash lift. Just because it's easier, because it's hard when you're doing a client. Just like, sorry, do you mind if I put...
She, like, forces that camera.
No, I don't. But I ask her. She isn't very talkative, are you, on there? You're like,
no, because what am I going to talk about?
No, but you just music on in your ears and you blank out. A lot of people think you're asleep.
Or I'm not real, yeah.
Yeah, they say, is that a doll? Like, is that a doll laying there? Because you're like that, completely dead straight on the.
But I also don't like having my lashes done. Like afterwards, I like it. But it makes me panic when I've like got my eyes closed. I can't open them.
Yeah, you have said that.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what? A lot of people get
really
that.
freaks me out.
So you get like claustrophobic, but you are like
I
you
am
don't like tunnels.
claustrophobic, yeah.
You don't like tunnels and stuff. So that
Which is weird because you wouldn't think that a lash lift would make you claustrophobic.
No, but it does.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people. I think it's because you've got bright lights. You've got
Especially those bright lights.
yeah, your
my
eyes
eyes really-
flat.
yeah.
And when someone says you can't open your eyes, you want to open your eyes. It's like saying like,
Especially when you got the camera on me, I'm like, oh, got like
disorientated.
cut on a face, got a great face.
Yeah. But I always appreciate it when you do it. I do, and I really. And the thing is, the girls have been my biggest supporters. So believe it or not, my TikTok actually grew originally because of little one in the background. Evie was the one that actually showed me about TikTok and how to use it. She was the one that done all the little transitions back in the day. I don't know if anyone remembers, like, the TikTok was very like transition, wasn't it? It wasn't like, oh, a day in the life or come with me. It was like, oh, can you do a quick transition or something funky with the camera? And she was the one that taught me. So, and at the time, you would have only been like 9, 10.
She was around Albert's age.
Yeah, like 10 years old, something like that. But that just shows how clued up the younger generation is when it comes to obviously technology and social media. But I have a few questions that I've already got saved, and I thought it'd be really good while we're sitting here and just chilling together. A little bit unusual, we don't normally sit in the living room with these, but we thought we'd have...
It's so bright.
Yeah, candles are normally on and we just like having the telly on in the background. Okay, so my first question, which I thought would be good, talking about the younger generation, and obviously having 3 younger ones, that I think these guys keep me young. I like to think I'm young anyway. The first question is, what's something you wish I understood better about your generation? That's a tricky one.
Oh, that is a tricky one. You really like jumped into the deep end there.
Is there anything you can think of? Or do I just get you? Do I just understand you? Is that because I had you young?
I think I mean, there's some things that I think as an adult you forget. Like, obviously you went through it as a teenager.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But there's sometimes you forget, like, all the little things that, you know, the hormones, all of that kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh. Is that what you're saying? Am I
No,
harsh
but like,
sometimes?
sometimes I'll just like not be in a good mood or something. And then you're just like on my case, you're like, you're not really like this, what's going on? And then you automatically think that it's like something like you're being bullied, you've not got no friends, like
I'm not dramatic.
anything like that. And then it's like, well, no, Mum, I'm generally just tired and I don't really want to talk to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, not in like a bad way, but in like a...
I get it. Evie's laughing because that
You
is
can
how
you relate to that, can't you? Like, do you know what I mean?
Evie's like, yeah. Yeah, I don't want her to talk to me. That's the thing. As a parent, you just want to know that one day you're going to have children yourself and you're going to totally get it. But it's just like that constant fear in the back of your head. Like, it sounds really silly, but and you'll get it one day when you're older, but you three kids are like probably the most precious. You are the most precious thing that I have ever had in my life. Oh, sorry. She was having a moment where she got emotional then. She was like, you actually are. So that's like, for me, it's like you're irreplaceable. So for me, I always think like worst case, because I want to make it better. You'll get that one day. But maybe that's something But in general, though, I get the generation, maybe.
I think, sometimes.
I know.
Sometimes there's a few things where you're just like not caught up on. That's obviously because things are always changing.
Yeah.
So
trends, all that stuff.
Yeah, like even like obviously I'm not that far off like Evie's age, but even there's things that her age group do that I think I would never have done that. Yeah. And she's like 3 years younger than me. Yeah. 3.5, whatever it is.
Yeah, it changes really quick.
Do you know what I mean? So like.
Yeah, like Albert says things that weren't words.
No.
That's skippity toilet. What the hell is skippity toilet?
I don't even know what that is. Or like, there's little things.
Kid Chad.
That's like there's things that he talks about with his friends, and I'm like, at my age, I would never like, or like even like style. I think as well. I think style is a big one.
Yeah, because
like I think younger people dress up like they're older, where I don't think I was like that.
That could be a little bit of personality though.
It could, but I also think maybe as well it's because nice car. Oh. I also think it's because like I'm the oldest.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
To look up to.
Yeah, maybe. And
because Evie's got someone to look up to, she automatically wants to be older.
Yeah, she's aged quicker because. Yeah.
Like I don't remember her being. Like I feel like she went from like 5 to like a full blown like
I feel like that was
30-year-old feels like.
Yeah, no, I feel like that was Evie's a lot more grown up.
I feel like Albert's been like young for ages.
He's the baby. He's the baby out of the 3 of you, and we've babied him for longer because we want to keep him young.
Definitely babied him. Yeah.
I'm in trouble. So far we've learned that I don't always get it. I can be a bit too much. I can be too much, and she doesn't want to do beauty.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a personal one.
Go on then. Go.
And then we'll do business.
Go on then.
What's something you've learned from me?
I've learned quite a bit from you.
Have you?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. So, obviously, for those that don't know, I had you when I was 20 years old. So I was a baby having a baby, and I did a lot of my growing up with you. So I learned a lot from you from day one, even when you were little and you didn't even realise it. So my anxiety when I was younger, I had really extreme anxiety. Ask Nanny. I had panic attacks most days. I had a little bit of a, I don't want to say eating disorder, but I did have a bit of an issue with food at one point, because I was so in my head that the thing I was scared of most, which is a bit dramatic and a bit deep, I know, but the thing I was scared most of was dying when I was younger. I used to think that I might choke on my food or something might happen. Always really, like, my thoughts would be wild.
That's like a big fear for me.
Yeah, maybe you get that from me.
I probably
Hopefully it's not learned behaviour and something I've passed on. But that was like a very dominant thing in my life. And then, obviously, you weren't planned, but you were the best thing that happened.
I know,
all three of you are. All 3 of you are. But you came along and I had to grow up very quickly. And one thing that Nanny said to me was that your anxiety is going to change when you have children. And she was right. Because do you know what the biggest thing is? When you have children, your main priority isn't you. It's your children. So I wasn't the main, and as silly as that sounds, you everybody, if you've got no one else that is bigger or greater than you that you're looking out for, then the main thing is you worry about yourself and you're in your head all the time. I didn't have time to be in my head. I had to learn to control my emotions and my feelings because you were around and you needed me. So I learned how to control my anxiety better, and I learned how to improve myself better because you were more important and I needed to make sure you were safe and well. So I learned a lot from you about how being strong and being brave. And as you've got older and you've turned into a young woman yourself, I'm super, super proud. And I'll say why I'm super proud. this is sort of stuff that we would normally talk about.
That's why I'm curious.
I'm super proud because, like we spoke about earlier about generations and how things have changed, and that they're always forever in trends. And like at the moment, you know, the trend's a little bit different to how it was when you were that age, but like compared to your brother and sister. But for me, when I was younger, bear in mind I was born in 87. You do the maths of how old I am. So I grew up through the 90s and the early, like, you know, when I left school in 2004. So that generation, it was quite popular to be a bit of a chav. You know, that was, everyone walked around, everyone wanted the big gold doll necklaces and stuff like that. That was the fashion. That's not the fashion now.
No.
But thank God. But I like, no offence to anyone that owns one. But I look at you and I look at the way like education's really important for you, and I look at like morals and just standards for yourself are so much higher than what I had for myself when I was younger. And I don't know if that was just trends and fashions, or if that's down to just the fact that maybe because I came from a broken home, my mum and dad split when I was young, and life was a little bit chaotic for me. Not because there wasn't love and support there, but because my own mum and dad were young, and it was hard. I lived with my nan. It was a very different upbringing and a very different setting to the average family. And I guess that I look at you and I've learned that it's okay to be really strong in yourself, that I've always allowed everybody to tell me what to do, where to be. It's only now in my 30s that I've gone, no, I'm really sure of what I want. But I spent all even up into my 20s of everyone dictating to me, like, oh, Becky, you shouldn't do this, or Becky, you should do that. But I didn't really have my own thoughts or feelings. And I love the fact that you're strong enough to, even at the age of 11, when you were campaigning, you had your own strong thoughts, feelings. Not my influence, it was your thoughts and feelings. And you was confident with it. You didn't feel embarrassed about what anyone else said on the outer circle. And I'm really proud of you for that.
Thanks.
So you've taught me a lot. And you still do, all three of you do. You continue, look, you're going to get me all emotional. You continue to let me learn and grow with you. So I'm really super proud. We'll leave it on that.
Light-hearted now.
Let's go light-hearted before Becky needs the tissue. Okay. I was going to ask if you think I'm strict, but do you think I'm strict as a parent?
No, I think you have your moments, but everyone does.
But I'm pretty chilled.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say
chilled.
like is dad around? I'd say dad is a little bit more strict. Just a little bit.
Daddy, you're too strict. no, we've both got.
I think you're both like.
We've got different ways of doing things.
Yeah,
a little bit,
exactly.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I would say that maybe, I guess, being the mum and you girls being obviously younger women, I think I see the perspective of it as being a girl, where dad sometimes gets confused with that.
No, but I also think because, like, I am the first, like, child, and I am, like, a woman, dad then kind of isn't strict because, like, he's overprotective.
Yeah,
and I think that's where the strictness comes from.
Yeah.
In some aspects.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say you're right with that. Okay, so let me find one. Okay. When have you been most proud of me?
Okay, right, let me just write my brain.
Or if you haven't, it's fine.
No, I definitely have.
I'm fishing here.
I think obviously, like, when you started your business, I was very young. So understanding all of that, like, there's even some bits I don't even remember when you started your business. Do you know what I mean? Because I've started, you've always been working, even though I know you haven't.
But it feels like.
You've always been working now. But obviously seeing how well you've done with your business, and I think as well, like, branching out and doing the social media side, it's really gotten you out. Like, it's helped you grow your business, and it's like gotten you out of your comfort zone. Because I do think it has gotten you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you feel more comfortable to talk to all these people. I'm not saying you did before, because you are a social person.
But I'm probably more confident
in yourself as well.
Yeah, I believe in myself more.
Yeah.
Which I hope that rubs off.
I think
onto
as well,
you girls.
because if you look at, like, the beginning of your journey, like, on social media, you weren't you didn't know how to, like.
Well, we were just laughing because we looked at the BBC Sport interview to show out there.
I mean, you didn't look like you knew what to do with yourself.
No, I was very. That's what I mean by my 30s being my my sort of stage where I got more confident and I was really sure, because I was saying that in my 20s, even then, even though I was a mum, I had 3 of you by the time I was in my late 20s, but I felt...
And I feel like we took up that time, though.
Yeah,
because
my concentration was you.
Yeah, but when now we're
guys.
older, you can focus more on yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you guys always been the main priority, but I think you've all got your own lives. You're looking at unis, and you've got your football, and you go out with your friends. You know, you was only at a pool party the other night, and I've got Evie out doing stuff with her friends, and I guess Albert was at a party. So, you know, I guess you've all got your moments. So I guess for me, that means I can have time to now focus on the things that maybe I want to do or that I enjoy. But yeah, I think that's quite a common thing, though. I think people do get more confident as they get older.
I think definitely as well. I think when you won your awards as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a big achievement. Winning awards.
That was massive.
Yeah, because people were looking in on you and going, do you know what, you deserve that, and there's a big recognition and a pat on the back. But I also am a big believer that you don't need an award shelf to do that.
I don't think you do either, but it's nice to be recognised.
Yeah.
I think that's where the award comes in.
Love you for that. Thank you, my darling. Right, have you got another question for me?
Alright, we'll go business.
Go business. Go on, while we're on business chat.
Okay. Do you ever feel judged for the job that you do?
Yes. All the time. I feel judged for doing this. Even just doing this. Because there is people that are... Right, so let's go on the waxing perspective, right? So I wax. And you know what it's like. I'm very, very open as a mum. Very open. There's a lot of mums that are quite just a bit prudy. They don't want to talk about certain things. But because of my job, we do talk about, you know, Hollywoods, and I wax bum holes, I do this, and women are in this position. If you're on your period, we've always sat down and been really...
Though, do you know what I mean?
Normal. We've always sat and spoke about stuff. But there's a lot of people that are quite prudy, and they are very like... I don't know if prudy is the word, but they're a little bit more reserved. And they don't want to talk about things like that. So I guess they're quite shocked when they hear maybe someone like myself doing that. I mean, surprise, surprise, the things that probably do best on my social media platforms, so if we're just thinking of Instagram as a reel in general, that, you know, that went crazy, was the one that I went, oh, everyone's got a hairy arsehole. Straight away, that was the first opening line. So then the comments that I get will be like, oh my God, I'm glad someone spoke about this. But there's also the flip side. I have comments that are like, you shouldn't be talking about this. You know, you're disgusted. I had trolls, and I'm not, do you know, some of them are women, but a majority of them were men. And I'm not putting all men in the category because it's not all men. It's just a type of person that were trolling me and saying that I make them feel sick, that I'm disgusting, that I'm a geezer bird because I talk about these things. And I refuse to stop talking about them just because my topics or my conversations make a small minority feel uncomfortable. Because at the end of the day, there is so many women that have come to me from wide and far because of what I talk about, because I've made them feel comfortable, or I've made them realise something about themselves that maybe they didn't come in a household where it was open, so that stuff wasn't spoke about, where you girls are going to grow up and feel quite confident, I hope, in yourself, and understand a lot about your body and what other women are going through, etc., because we've always spoke about it. But that's not the setup for a lot of people. So on the waxing side, I feel like I'm judged constantly for what I'm talking about, what I do. And when we've spoke about it before in the past, like, I've had the weirdest of messages from people because I'm a waxer. But I've said this openly, even with my clients. You've got gynae doctors out there. You've got you've got midwives. Midwives said, look, if you don't know what a midwife does, if you tear when you've given birth, to check that the stitches, they're putting fingers in places, right? I don't have to do that, even though I have spoke about little situations where fingers have slipped. But not like that. But there is so many personal things that are out there for jobs, but because they're medical or because it's seen as a higher sort of ranking job, I guess that they just look at me as a waxer and think, oh, I must be quirky and weird because I want to see people's bits.
Like, my perspective, if I tell my friends that, oh yeah, my mum's a waxer, like, you're not judged, but stereotypically they're like, oh well, that's not something that does very well.
Yeah,
I think that's also something, like, because they see it as beauty, and it's like, not like,
they think I'm not.
They're
that
not
clever.
Not like you're in finance or something, and you're earning loads and loads.
I'm not CEO or something. Do you know what I mean? But actually, there's a lot of science that goes behind beauty. you have to study really hard
Yeah,
to
there
be
is.
able
I mean,
to do it.
things you've said about it's like I never would have known that.
And there's a lot that goes with it now. As time's gone on, social media has become a big part of working in any industry, but hair and beauty especially at the moment. If you go on social media, you'll see a lot of people that work in hair and beauty that go, oh, now all of a sudden I'm supposed to be in front of a camera, because that's how people promote and market themselves now. And if you're not a confident person, or if you're someone that doesn't really know much about social media, I've always had you guys that have kept me young and kept me informed on how to use it. But also not only that, some people are very natural with, I don't know, Abby and Jordan might think different at this one. What would you say that it comes naturally to some people, social media? Or do you think it's like you can teach? I don't know what the right
I think
answer.
you've got to have a little bit in you.
Yeah, you've got to have that like sort of a vision, a little bit, I think.
It's very creative, I think.
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Yeah.
So I think you have to be quite creative.
Yeah.
In hair and beauty industry is a creative industry anyway.
And you thrive off of that.
I thrive off creativity, and I suppose social media has been another thing that's been extended onto my job. It was never something I went into thinking this is what I want to do. It's something I've done because I enjoy doing it. And I've spoke about it before in other videos. Me and Rachel from Hive touched base on it when she came in to have a little chat. And I spoke about how there is a difference between being someone who enjoys doing content and someone who is a marketing specialist. And that's something that I've always been like massive on shout now, that just because you like doing a bit of content doesn't mean that you can now sell masterclasses in marketing, because I couldn't do that. And I do a lot of social media stuff, but I still am not a professional in that. That's not my speciality. But it is another string on to what I do, and I think people are very judgmental. If, say, like I posted this and we only got like 5 likes, there'll be loads of people that go, look at her. I know they'll make them comments. Oh, look how embarrassing. Everyone thinks everything's got to go viral to be worthy. And I've seen people talk about this on social media, and I think it's actually really important. Imagine, right, say you get 100 likes on a post. Imagine 100 people you've never met in a room ready to listen to you, ready to buy from you, ready to like be invested in you. Never shrug off the amount of followers or likes, even if it's one person. That's one person you've connected with. And I do think there's a lot of judgment behind social media. People are ready to judge you if you're not massive, but as soon as you become massive or you start doing well, people come out of the woodwork. They all want to support you. Then it's a really vulnerable place to be on social media. There is people that aren't going to like you. You're opening yourself up for opinions and judgment.
Yeah, you put yourself out there.
Yeah, so I do think I am judged.
But there's different aspects to it.
Different aspects to the judgment. And if I'm honest, I think you've got to be thick-skinned. If you're someone that's going to get emotional or it's going to affect you mentally, then maybe you need to rethink about the industry or how you want to take that turn. And it's bad because there shouldn't be people trolling online and there shouldn't be people judging you like that, but they do. That's the reality. So if I could give you any advice with your football, with uni, whether you become a teacher, just being a woman in general, just don't take everything to heart, even if it's judged over the camera, behind the camera, face to face. People will always judge. That's human nature. Just be really happy and confident in yourself with whatever you do. If it makes you happy, that's all that matters. Yeah. Your mental health, how you feel is really important, not other people's opinions. If someone is really on board and wants to support you, great. They'll be the ones that will, lift you and get you where you need to be, and they're your people. You'll always attract your people, and they're the ones you need to look out for. Yeah. All right. Shall I got another question for you? Go on then. Right, let's go for it. Oh, I've lost my page. Okay, so, all right, let's go for, do you think you'd ever want to be self-employed? So I know you don't want to go into the hair and beauty industry. I know that's not for you. But being self-employed. So employed is like what Dad does. Yeah. Goes into work. He knows what he's bringing back. But self-employed, that every day, every week, every month can be very different for me. Do you think me doing what I do has put you off going into a self-employed role? Or do you like the thought of being self-employed, being your own boss, working out what you want, choosing your hours, that sort of thing?
I mean, there's definitely parts to being self-employed that's great. But I wouldn't know because I haven't thought about it.
I probably shielded you a lot from that as well, because that's a lot of stuff that me and Dad maybe talk about. I wouldn't put it on you guys.
No, yeah. Obviously, like the employed, I think when you're employed though, you may not like click with people. Like it might not be a healthy environment where you can make your if you're self-employed, you can make the environment healthy.
That's a really good point, actually. Yeah, it's a really good point. That's a nice way to look at it. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I guess.
But brilliant for those that are employed in a healthy environment.
Yeah.
Because they've got security.
Yeah.
Being self-employed isn't always
like Dad's
secure.
got security.
Yeah.
He's employed and he's in a good environment and he has that security from his bosses and the people around him. But you also have it too because
I've created it in my own way, but it's sometimes it's harder. That's all, because you have to
get the
you have to continue it,
and you have to get the customers, and you have to get like if for example your business needed funding, you have to get funding. You have to there's lots of things that you have to work harder for.
Yeah, there's no one in an office that can go, I need this, and they sort it for me. I've got to sort it myself.
But there's different parts to like self-employed people. Yeah, they are the boss, but they may not be making a crazy amount of money, where if you're employed you can work your way up the ranks and go and get the money.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, I think
so. There's like pros and cons to each.
Yeah, to each. Yeah, 100%.
But it depends on, I think, what you want to do
and the type of person that maybe you are as well. Yeah. It's a lot of stress being self-employed. There's a lot of highs, but there can be some really horrible
But I do
lows.
think, like, obviously beauticians, it's easy to be self-employed, like, because like they can make their business. They can, like, for a beautician, self-employed may speak more to them. They might want to do that because they might not want to, go into a salon, do whatever, like, etc.
Because they can actually put their
especially
own,
because they might have to rent stuff out. You know, it's a lot to lay out. I'm not saying it,
but they can put their own style and stamp on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that someone wants to do.
Yeah, and they can bring their own message across. Where, as an employed person, you're not. There's jobs where you have to be employed. You can't just create the business.
And it's in industries as well.
Yeah.
It is industries. I think
for
some
big industries as well, you need a big name. You can't just come in and be like a single party. Yeah,
there is ones out there, I think, that they've established. You're better to be in there and work your way up the ranks. Yeah, 100%. That was quite a deep one in you there, wasn't it? We don't normally talk about business, do we? That's not something we normally talk about. Right, go on. Have you got a question for me on your little list? Let me have a little think about it. What a lot of people don't realise, talking about work, is before I actually became someone that wanted to be in the hair and beauty industry, I actually studied, when I was pregnant with Layla, I actually studied 3D art and design. I wanted to be an interior designer. Don't judge the fact I've got no artwork on the back wall. But I did actually want to do that. That was something, I was really obsessed with art. I loved it. I still really appreciate and love art now. But because I had Layla so young, I had to look at the angles and think what would be a job that would support me being a mum and still earn a living and still be able to have that flexibility. And funny enough, working in the city as an interior designer wasn't going to do it for me in my early 20s while I didn't have any money, because I was just coming out of being a student.
And also, it's a lot of stress going to uni and being pregnant.
Yeah, 100%. And then on top of that, I had young parents, and so did Dad. Yeah. So, that meant that there was no helping hand to help me with childcare. And I couldn't afford childcare at the age of 20 with a little baby and trying to start up from the bottom, like working up the ranks, like you said. So, yeah, I think what people don't realise, the reason I got into this was really from having you. Sorry, go on, your question.
Okay, what were you most scared of when you found out you were pregnant with me? I guess that kind of links on to what we were
just talking about. Yeah. Several things. First of all, labour. I was very naive. I was like, my mum was like, oh, it's going to hurt. And I was like, yeah, but how much? And then when I was in labour, I was like, this really hurts. So I was scared of that. But if we're talking on a more of a deeper level, I was scared of losing my friends. I was scared of, I guess, having
You had a lot more to be scared of because you were so
I was
young.
Yeah, because I was so young.
You didn't have a stable life yet.
Yeah, I didn't. I was still living at home. I was with Nan. And I had my first little. I think I might have had my. Did I still have my first little run around car? I think I did. Yeah.
And also, I mean, you and Dad, like, you weren't together for like, say for example, 5-10 years.
No, we were
You know what I
still
mean?
getting
Like-
to know each other. And it was a big risk. But also, and luckily, Daddy is so lovely and has always been there for all of us. But at the beginning, I was brought up, loved my dad, but because he left when we were younger, we were brought up in an environment where it was both nannies. So it was my mum and my nan that I lived with, and they brought me up. And I remember sitting with Dad, and I was like, look, I know this isn't part of the plan, but I remember finding out that I was pregnant with you, and I just remember thinking, look, I would never ever in a million years chase Dad down and be like, you owe money, you've got to be there, because we were young. And I took that choice away from him because I was like, I'm having this baby. So
Yeah, I think that's a big thing as well for the woman.
yeah,
Like, picking whether, because obviously I know that the guy always has a say, but not as much as
the woman.
say as a
Yeah.
because she has to go through those
Oh,
9 months.
is that my dog trying to come through? Johnny's in on the action. He heard baby talk and he was like, I want to be in there. I'm the baby. So we have to get Johnny in. I think he's desperate. He's desperate to sit on here with us. Yeah, so I think that because I said to Dad.
Yeah, you didn't want to stop him from going to do whatever he
Yeah, no, I said to Dad, like, look, listen, I'm gonna go ahead with this. And Dad was like, yeah, I'm there. I will always support the both of you.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really nice that I had his support. And obviously everything worked out, and we don't regret any moment. We love having new kids, and it's made us grow up, and it worked out all perfect. But don't get me wrong, not everything's always perfect. That'd be a lie if we sat here and said everything's always perfect.
Yeah,
like
you
just
get
like
a few
any other
rough
couple,
patches.
you have your rough patches and you argue and you bicker about silly things and money and what's this and
I
what's
think
that.
that's
That's every. You got food. See, I told you, he's a keeper. Come and bring the snacks in. He wants to get in the action. That's what it is. Come round the other way. He's desperate to get in. He's avoiding the camera. Look at you bringing snacks. Oh, Abby,
I'm
do you
not
want
gonna lie, I
some?
did think at one point my stomach's gonna rumble through this microphone.
Thank you. He's brought the goods. This is why he's a keeper. Because not only does he support me, he feeds me. Food is important. Now my dog's desperate to get him. You're hungry, aren't you?
Hold this away when I chew.
So yes, basically I was scared of a lot of things, but I think because I wasn't alone and I did have Dad's support and he was fully on board, and we just were like any new parent. I don't think it's really age. I think any new parent is scary, but it was really super scary because we didn't have that. We didn't have a house. We weren't married. We didn't have any of these like setups that some other couples have. We hadn't lived our careers out. There was a lot of uncertainty. We were quite new in the relationship, so there was that. Oh, could he leave? But if he had, I trust fully that Dad would have done the right thing and supported you fully. But it's good. That never happened anyway. So, but there was a lot of things that were fear, but I think fear's a good thing. Sometimes fear is a good thing because it pushes you out of your comfort zone. And you know, even when we're talking about even just like the social media, me doing this for the first time, of course I was scared. I'm a confident person in a lot of ways, but I'm scared of the judgment, or could I do it right, or all the ideas in my head, will I put it together? But it is slowly coming together, and I think the vision is there. You just got to trust yourself. Every time you get comfortable, move that boundary. If you don't move that boundary, you'll get stuck in that box, that comfortable box. Before you know it, you're back in that comfort zone. Move the barrier each time. That's something that I hope you do as you get older. Constantly move that barrier. The goal will always change. Whatever the goal is at the start. When I had you, the first goal was, I'm going to be a stay-at-home mum, and hopefully, you know, Dad will be able to support both of us so that I can watch you grow and do all these things, and we'll have a little cottage and it'll be that grade 2.4, you know, that just the normal typical dream. But the dream changes. Now I love the thought of maybe even getting a holiday home or moving abroad, and you know, like I look at and having a career and having a brand, and I look at you, maybe one day you'll play football and you guys will all have your own families, and loads of stuff. Your brother's at the door. What's getting on the action? I know it. But yeah, that was probably what I was most scared of. Okay. Let me ask you one more.
Okay.
And then let's play a little game of 3 words, I reckon. 3 words. We'll do a little fun one. 3 words to describe each other. But let me just ask you one more question. Let's see. Okay. What's your favourite memory of us together? Have you got a favourite memory? I've just asked you when you was munching on a cucumber then. Was that a pepper?
Pepper. I've got lots of good memories.
That's good. That's reassuring.
Yeah. I mean, I've got some that like really stick out to me because obviously when you're younger, like you don't remember everything.
Yeah, of course.
But like I always remember like when we went to cinema and we watched Maleficent.
Yeah,
That was a nice
that was
little
a
day.
little,
We
yeah,
went to like a little cafe next door. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Sometimes it's the simple things
yeah,
that are the best memories.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like lavish.
Yeah.
Like, extravagant
Big and
stuff.
extravagant,
Yeah. But,
the small things that matter.
yeah, I mean, I think like anything to do with football.
Yes.
And like you and Dad being there.
Yeah.
Like those are like some of my favourite memories.
Always in again. I'm telling you, in a minute we're going to get him on here. I'm going to get the whole family on. They all want to be in on the action. He's so desperate, it's unreal. Makes Alex camera shy. In a minute he'll be on here like just sweeping
Doesn't
his
want to
hair
be
back.
left out. But yeah, no, anything to do with football, definitely. Birthdays, Christmases. I think those are some
all really
like,
important
great
days,
memories,
yeah. We've always tried to make but the birthdays especially in our household, we
Yeah.
always celebrate big, don't we? Even Easter. We've always made
I think
Easter
like
everything.
milestones as well. Like milestones for you and like milestones for me as well, because obviously like we have different milestones now. Like you and your business, and then me, and obviously like school and football. Even like as I'm getting older and I'm like becoming an adult, and you've got like, my driving and like all these
just
different...
passed her theory test, by the way. Watch out.
I'll be on the road soon. No, yeah, like
I'll miss that though. I want us to always go driving for football together.
I know.
Still, can I come
Those are
sometimes?
some of my favourites, especially when we go to Watford
Yes, we
in the car.
So just so you get a setup of how it's like. Layla obviously has made me do a lot of miles because of her football. A lot of miles. And that's fine. I love it because it's actually a nice time. We sit in the car and we talk. And my clients know all about this because every time I see my clients, I'm very like, oh, you know, I've got to go off to football tonight. We've got this, we've got that. I've learnt the offside rule, I think, just about.
I hope so.
It honestly, anyone controlling that animal in the background.
I would really
Lot of
hope
animals
you'd
in the
learn
house.
the offside rule.
Yeah, I am.
Like after 7 years of playing.
Ed, I think we've got the dogs going rogue in the background. He blanks me every time. Brings in the food and thinks he's done his bit.
No, yeah, I would hope you'd know the offside rule.
So
7 years of playing, if you still don't know it.
yeah.
Tell her the...
Go on, Evie, tell us, what is it?
No, so you and someone else are racing to get a top on sale. One of your mates can't pass it to you and you've jumped to the top of the queue and you've got it. You have to work your way. You have to
Work your way
it.
up.
Yeah.
You're going to buy a dress
Yeah,
and it's at the till.
yeah,
And someone in front of you is there, wants the same dress.
yeah,
But you can't have the dress unless the person at the till gives it to you.
yeah.
You can't go in and take the dress.
Like, you can't just go in front of them
Yeah.
unless the dress is passed to you at that exact moment.
Does that sound about right? I don't play football like that, so.
Yeah, I mean, I would use, I don't know, a glass or something to show you. Like many glasses.
If you ever want to know the offside rule, she's the girl. Or Evie, by the sounds of it, she's got a good way of saying it. That's from GK Barry, was it?
Yeah, she learned it from them.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course, because she's with Bella. So yeah, I have learned slowly, but I also love the fact that when we have had our little drives to football, we have spoke about a lot of things. We have little sing-offs.
Yeah.
At one point it was Adele, because she loved Adele at one point, so we used
I still love Adele.
Okay, but we haven't listened to Adele for a
No,
little
we
while. It's now
haven't.
Olivia Dean. On repeat.
Love
She
her.
loves Olivia Dean. But we always have our little sing along in the car. But it's really nice, and I do talk to my clients a lot about our little trips, and it's nice because it makes us sit. We have to sit and talk.
Yeah.
But life is busy, so we sit and talk. So football hasn't been like a drag for me, even though like sometimes when the weather is pelting against my face and it's freezing cold and I can't feel my feet, I think I'm quite a good support on the side.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm a good soccer mum?
Not when you say soccer.
No, but
They're not American.
But that's what they call them, soccer mums.
You can just be called football mum.
Football mum. All right, football mum. Am I a good football mum?
Yeah. I mean, you have your moments. Where
I
I think,
really shout, don't I? When I'm in get into it.
yeah, like when we go and watch Albert's games, though, sometimes she does copy what I say. Like,
it's because I just need to know that I'm
like my little
perfect.
echo.
Yeah, I'm your parrot. But I love that. Absolutely love that. Right. Okay. 3 words to describe each other. Go on. You go first. What's your 3 words with me? Because then I'll know if I'm going to be kind back.
You first. If you know, go, because this is going to take me a while.
Okay. So my 3 words to describe you is that you're caring.
Mm-hmm.
You're a very caring person. You look out for your brother and sister. You look out for me, your dad, your friends. So, and you are very caring, even to like your teachers. Like, I'm not being funny. Like, if your teachers tell you something, you have absorbed that information and you're going to make sure that you're, I don't know, when, like, for example, your teacher that's leaving at college, you've gone and got him, like, what was it, a basketball?
It was a basketball jelly cat, yeah.
Basketball
He loves
jelly cat.
basketball, yeah.
So it just, them little details is just such a caring thing to take in what people like and dislike, and I don't know, just be really supportive. I love that about you.
Do you want to do one by one?
Go on then, your one.
Okay, I feel like you're very independent.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Like, you don't need help from other people, you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
But I think
I
as
do
well,
need Abby and Jordan though. I'm not that independent. Don't leave me, guys.
Like, you know, you can thrive by yourself. Like, and I think it's shown for your business.
Oh.
But I think also there is times where you do have to, you know, lean on someone. And,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
you
okay.
recognise those times, and that's
Yeah.
okay. That's like,
That's definitely okay. But yeah, I'd like to think. I think again, what we spoke about earlier, age has made me more independent. Having you like I'll say you girls, poor Albert, you girls and Albert, you 3, has made me more independent because you know you all 3 of you live amazing lives all over the place doing stuff, and it's meant that I've had to be out my comfort zone, drive somewhere across the country I've never been to before. So yeah, and because Dad can't always be there because he's off one way, I'm off the other. So yeah, it has made me really independent. But I love the fact that you've noticed that and you see that in me. All right, another one for you. So I would say you're loving. You're really, really loving.
cool, we've got a very caring, loving theme going on.
Yeah, no, you're loving. I know this might seem stereotypical, but if you really know my daughter, she is very loving. She will, it's all the little things. I can ask her to do something and you'll just do it.
Yeah.
You care, you don't like, she doesn't like confrontation, she doesn't like arguments.
No, I hate them.
She hates it. So even with football, you'd imagine putting all them women, all that hormones playing football in a competitive sport. And sometimes, like, I mean, you've got to think she's in women's football now. We're not in that young youth football. You're in, you know, ladies.
But I'm like too nice.
She will tackle someone, they'll trip over her, or you'll tackle them and they'll go on the floor and she'll go, sorry, and then she'll jump over them. So she's so loving and caring. I think I know they kind of come in hand, but that loving nature that you have has meant that you have avoided a lot of confrontation through your life.
Yeah.
You, like, even if your friends have had a little fallout or bickering over something silly, nothing major, you'll always bring them back. Like, that was one thing a lot of your football coaches have said. You've always been that person that's brought the team together because of your loving nature. And, you know,
I think as well that kind of links into that maturity.
Yeah.
I think.
Loving and mature. That's what she is.
Like, because there's times where, like, my friends may have had an argument, but it's like, I can see that it's silly.
Yeah.
And
That it's
there's
something
no
to
need
worry
for the
about.
confrontation there.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what battles to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good thing. I think that's from having you young and you've been around a lot of adults.
Yes.
You've heard a lot of, like, it's not like you were brought up in a household with loads and loads of, like, siblings. I mean, you've got siblings, but they weren't like loads of little ones and bickering over silly things. You was in an environment where, like, I'm one of 6. So my brothers and sisters.
Like I'm
had
closer in
kids.
age to like some of my aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, my youngest sister is.
compared to my cousins, I mean my cousins are only just being born, so
Yeah, so I think that's the age thing. So I think
Yeah.
that has made you maturer. But yeah, like my youngest sister Amy, she's help me out. I think she's 26. There's so many of us I can't keep track of their ages, but she's like obviously closer
Yeah.
to your age. There's the same age gap is probably between you and Amy as
Like
what there
there
is between you and your youngest brother.
Yeah.
Or your brother. You haven't got many brothers. There isn't more brothers out there. Okay, go on. Another one for you. To me.
Oh, right. I think you're very empowering.
Oh, I've got to improve my words. These words are so cute.
No, I just feel like I'm going along like,
Yeah, I love that.
yeah, like you empower
Right.
others.
Oh, I love that. Stop it now. I need a glass of wine to get the tea.
I think that's like something that comes with your job as well, because you work with women and you see a lot.
See a lot and speak to a lot of women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and some of them might be shy to come to you, because there's a lot of like insecurities people have nowadays.
Everyone's got a background story,
Yeah.
and I guess I've learned a lot about what women go through because of more women that I've spoke to from different backgrounds, people that I probably wouldn't have met in normal day-to-day life if I didn't do my job. And hopefully what I've learned from them I can pass on and inspire to others. So
Yeah.
that's lovely. Thank you, Lay. Okay, my last one's got to be a good one there because she's used some really good ones. Really good ones.
Can't think of my
There's
first.
loads. I could say loads, but they're all like beautiful, kind, caring, mature.
Yeah, can't think out of the box.
Okay, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say smart. You are super smart. And I'm not talking just like academic smart. Like in life, this girl knows what she wants.
Yeah.
She knows what she wants. Yeah, I would say that she's smart. She knows how the younger generation feels. She knows how to be in an adult scenario. She knows, like, honestly, when I say smart, she's gone off and got herself her first interview for a job she got. She gels with all the people at work. She is looking at her uni. She's so headstrong. That's probably another one, headstrong. She knows what she wants. She's determined she'll go for it. I love that. I love that you're like that. And not just like paper smart. Like I can say to her, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with this. And you'd go, give me a minute, Mum. Get the phone out. You'll Google it. You'll research it, and you'll tell me exactly what to do. Like you're not afraid to get the answer yourself.
Yeah.
You don't rely on other people. You're my little clever cutie. Yeah.
I've not got much common sense though.
Yeah. I mean, she's got really high IQ, but if I gave her a can of baked beans and said pop that in the microwave for me, she'd put the whole can in the microwave. I have to
No, I
actually say to her,
wouldn't.
put it in the bowl, then put it in the microwave.
No, I wouldn't.
No, but sometimes. But I think no one can be perfect. No one can be perfect. Don't worry, babe. I haven't got a lot of common sense.
Yeah. That's where like me and Evie are different.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying she's not intelligent. She's
She's very intelligent, but she's
But
got
I
to
would
be
say-
streetwise.
She's streetwise, where I'm more book smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evie's the one that if you're going to mess with her, she's going to have you up against the wall and she's going to tell you about it. Evie's the one. I'm scared of Evie.
Yeah, like me and
I'm
Evie are
not.
very different.
Yeah, Evie, like, if Evie doesn't like something, Evie's going to tell you about it.
I think as well, you and Evie are very similar in the way that, like, I think obviously you have your things that you really knuckle down and you do, but you also flitter from thing to thing. I feel like Evie does that a lot.
Yeah.
So like,
Sorry, enter the door with more food in the bowl. He's never fed us like this ever. Is this for the cameras? Come on then, bring the bowl in. Let him in, Eves. I will get him in, just so you can see who this Eddie that we keep talking about. Come on, Ed.
I feel like you're
Why are you not coming in? What is he cooking now?
He made chicken.
Now I've got chicken. Not my chickens outside. Yes, me and Evie are very similar. We flitter with stuff. Like 1 minute I want to make not podcast, but I want to do some content. The next minute I want to be a florist. The next minute,
Yeah.
I want to decorate a
Like,
room.
obviously, like, knowing from, like, Evie, like, not in a bad way, but, you know, like, 1 second she was, like, doing tennis, and I was like, oh my god, like, she's really into this, and now she's into her football, and then, like, the next thing she'll be into
the
something
gymnastics,
else.
weren't you?
Yeah, but, like, it is a good thing, because you get to see lots of different...
Yeah, we experience little bits
Yeah,
of
you
everything.
experience a lot of things, but also at the same time, it's like...
Well, when you're focused on something, you're focused on it, and you will like literally give it your all. Like your last breath will be on all that. You will see it through. Even if there's moments where you think I'm not really enjoying this, you'll bring it back up to enjoy it. Where with me and Evie, like when we're done with something, we're done. Next topic. Do you know what I mean? It's like it is
like I have to follow through.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, 100%. Like me and Evie I would say probably would challenge things a little bit more. I think you would take a step back and you'd absorb it, and then maybe make your decision on it later. Where me and Evie would be like, quick, know a decision straight away if we like something or don't. Would you agree?
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
so. Right, my last word.
Go on, your last word.
Right now, I'll actually think about it. Because I kind of, you are caring, you are loving, but I don't want to use the same words that you've given me.
That's fine. It's quite hard, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because
it's
there's lots of
hard.
things that you would say about each other,
Yeah.
but it's trying to think something distinctively. I was hoping one of them was going to be funny, but obviously quite clearly my sense
No,
of humour.
you, no. Yeah, I mean, you have, yeah.
No, I'm joking. Go on, carry on.
Funny's such a boring word, though.
Yeah, she's a bit funny.
People could take that the wrong way as well.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on what type of funny you want it to be.
Is the word empathetic?
Is that a word?
Not sympathetic, empathetic, where you're like, you
Not
know,
empathy.
someone's like, you know, you can be in someone's shoes.
Yes, I do. I cry very easily.
But like, so do I.
yeah,
we both
do.
cry a lot, so-
Yeah.
Crying last night.
I cried last night about Love Island. How pathetic.
No, but like, you just you don't.
I don't even watch it.
I
Like,
think as
I don't know
well,
when I
though,
watch it.
I think as well, like, being empathetic.
I cried at Love Island.
No, that's.
We'll edit that out.
No, I cry at TikTok, so it's okay. You know, like when the soldiers come home and stuff, they're really emotional.
She's such a history. No, I cry about stuff like that. Like I can't watch Marley and Me. That
one,
makes me
yeah.
cry.
Jordan can't watch that.
Do you not like that one either?
It's so bad.
No, literally. Right, we'll be.
It made
all
me
of-
choke up.
Yeah, we'll have. It'll be me, Ed, and the kids.
But like, Dad's really emotional as well.
He is, but
But,
like
He doesn't show it, but like, he actually.
he might be emotional, but he won't really show it.
You
So,
know, like me and him cried at James Bond. Like when.
oh, when he
Do you know
blows
what I
himself
mean?
up at the end, that's sad.
But like, it's
But-
not something you'd expect Dad to cry about.
No, probably not. But when we was all on the sofa, we'd be maybe watching Marley and Me or whatever, and Evie will be like, "Can't watch this. How dare they kill the dog?" Like she'll be like that, right? When
Or
she's
she'll
about to-
look at you and she'll be like, "Are you crying?"
Yeah, she goes like that. She goes,
Like,
"What are you crying for?"
it's not
It's
that
that,
sad.
okay.
You
It's not that
okay?
deep. Like she'll be like that, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
And then Albert will just he's young, so I think
Albert
flips-
doesn't like clock. Yeah,
he doesn't
he's
clock
not
onto it.
yeah,
He's not
yeah.
on that emotional perspective of it. And then Dad might, I don't know. Dad's normally just chilling with a beer, and I guess like
Sometimes
he might
falls
feel a bit emotional.
asleep.
Sometimes he falls asleep. Yeah. And then it'll just be me and Layla in the living room going like this. And all it is just like something
I think as
stupid,
well,
like
like,
a
with-
baby's
with
like drop their dummy, and we're
Yeah.
like, oh.
With empathy though, it's not like sometimes you're not understanding someone's emotions because you don't understand what situation they've been in. But it's like you just can not even relate, but you just like.
I've cried
yeah.
a lot with my clients, you know. Clients have told me stories, and I think, why am I crying about this? I have no.
But it's because
clue.
you just know
I
that
can't help
they're
it, I will.
feeling sad, so like.
It makes me sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good one. Oh, that was cute. Connection. Come on. Oh, that was good. I love that. Well, anyway,
My legs cramped up.
come on, stretch them out, girl. We've got some food to eat. We need to eat because if we don't eat, we're going to have Eddie very upset that he's put this effort on. But we just want to say thank you for watching our little video of me and Layla and getting to know a bit about me and my family. So thank you for watching. Bye.